students, welcome.
So in the last class we have started the discussion on layered task, that is we are discussing about models like OSI model and TCP/IP protocol suite I have mentioned. In that we have started the discussion on especially OSI model, and I have introduced that there are 7 layers are there, like a physical layer, okay, data link layer, network layer up to application layer, and how the data can be transmitted from one layer to other layer, from sender to receiver, that I have mentioned in the last class. So now we'll continue the discussion on each layer, how it will be. As you are seeing right now on the screen, there are two devices which you can see that two computers are there. One computer represents which is for sender side, so this is sender computer, okay, and the other one is known as a receiver side. This is a receiver computer, so you can call these two as a nodes, okay, sender node and receiver node also you can call. So now if any message is transferred from the sender to the receiver, how the data will go and it will receive at the receiver side, that is our topic right here, okay. For that we have taken the example of layered task, that is a OSI model. So here you can see there are 7 H7, H6, H5, H4, H3, H2, like these are the some namings or labels they have made. This side also, receiver side also, H7, H6, H5, H4, H3, H2 and all, and other side D7, D6, D5, D4, D3, D2. Here also D7 to D2 we have taken. So this is nothing but each layer okay. H2 it means second layer, H3 means third layer, H4 means fourth layer, fifth layer, sixth layer, seventh layer, so on. In the first layer you can see 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 0, those zeros and ones combination is there in the physical layer, okay. That is only our topic right here. So then what is H7 and D7, and what H represents and what D represents, that we need to understand, okay. Here also same diagram I have taken. So in the figure you can see that D7, D6, D4, okay, D5, those all are. D represents data, you remember this, D represents data, okay, and H represents header. H represents header, or possibly sometimes we can call it as H for trailer also. So what it means is these header is added to the data unit. In the sense here D7 is there for data, D7, H7 is the header, it is added. Why it is added? Because of the addressing, means which for which it has to reach, for that header consisting the address. So for that addressing we will add header or trailer upon, okay. Now see some explanation is given here. So can be added to data unit. Commonly the trailer is added only at layer 2. When the formatted data unit passes through the physical layer, it changed into electromagnetic signal and transported along a physical link. Upon reaching its destination, the signal passes into layer 1 and it's transformed back into digital form and back up through the OSI layer. It simply means that, so if this is the figure, if I want to explain, whatever the data, okay, coming from the sender to the receiver, basically it will be digital data from the computer if it is coming. So once it reaches to the lowest layer, that is called as physical layer, that data must be converted in the form of electromagnetic signal, and that is converted into bit streams. If I say bit streams, that is nothing but zeros and ones, okay. So that is given here, and don't worry about this much, and we will discuss each layer like physical layer and data link layer, network layer, all the layers in deep later now, okay. So this is the diagram which represents that from sender to receiver there are some trailers or headers will be added to the data, that's all, okay. Here layers in the OSI model, as you know, there are 7 layers: physical, data link layer, network, transport, session, presentation and the application layer. So now then what is physical layer responsible for? Physical layer in the sense there is a physical activity or there is a physical cable must be there to send the data from the sender to receiver. And one more thing I make clear, that if any data is sending from sender to receiver, that must be coming from the application layer, presentation layer, session layer, data link layer, like that it will go. But I am explaining all the layers from the physical layer. Okay, I am started from the explanation of physical layer, but usually data coming from application layer, because where the user is there, that is the application layer. Where actually user use the system, there is, that is nothing but application layer. Obviously at the receiver side also, where there is a user, that is the application layer. That is explained with the help of this diagram, right? Application layer. If device A sends data to device B, that will come through application layer, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and physical last. From the physical to physical it will be connected, and physical to data, network, transport, session, presentation, application, it will reach the destination. That is the way. But I am dealing with the layers from the physical layer. What is physical layer is responsible for, and after data link layer, after network, after transport, session, presentation, and application, I will explain. Okay, so now this is a diagram to explain physical layer. Here the physical layer represents, there is a physical cable will be there to transfer or to transmit a data. Okay, physical layer in the sense, there is a physical devices are there to transmit a data, like a cabling will be there. Okay, coaxial cable, twisted pair cable, any cable which can carry the data, that is nothing but carrier. Okay, that is known as a transmission medium. Here you can see this is a transmission medium. And the data which is coming from its upper layer, if I take physical layer, upper layer of the physical layer is which one? That is nothing but data link layer. You can see here. Okay, upper layer for the physical layer is what? Data link layer. Okay, so data which is coming from the data link layer to the physical layer, that is converted in the form of bit streams. Bit streams in the sense that signal will be converted into zeros and ones and make into packet. That is nothing but bit streams we can call. And again that same data, bit streams, is transferred to the transmission medium, and it will sends to physical layer of the other side of the receiver. From that physical layer again, that will be sent to the data link layer. That is the concept now. Okay, now you can see, as I explained, the physical layer coordinates with the function required to carry bit stream over a physical medium. It deals with the mechanical and electrical specification of the interface transmission medium. That is what I have explained. It also defines the procedures and functions that physical device and interfaces have to perform. It means that physical layer explains us that what the actions we have to take and what it going to perform, that physical layer will explains. Okay, this is the example for the, this is the diagram for the physical layer. And one more thing, the important point in the physical layer, you have to remember that the physical layer is always responsible for movements of individual bits from one hop to the next. One hop in the sense node, you can call one node to the next node. Here in the, here you can see zeros are there, ones are there. It is responsible for movement of each bit, that is individual bit from sender to receiver. Here one is there, that one has to transfer to the receiver side. Again one is that has to transfer to the receiver. 0, 1, 0, all these zeros and ones should be transmitted to the receiver side. That is the responsibility of the physical layer. Okay, so physical characteristics of, okay, some concerned things about physical layer, that is physical characteristics of interface and medium. This is very important again. Okay, the physical layer defines the characteristics of the interface between the devices and transmission medium. It means that what is sender and what are the receivers, what are the characteristics of the sender and receiver, that is understood with the help of the physical layer. That's all. Okay, and it will explain the representation of the bits. Representation of the bits in the sense, all bits are represented with the help of bit streams, that is zeros and ones. Whether sequence of zeros ones is followed correctly or not, that is responsibility of the physical layer. Okay, whatever the data coming from the sender to the receiver, whatever the sequences of the zeros and ones are there, same sequence must be arrived at the receiver side. So that is the responsibility of physical layer. Okay, the physical layer defines the type of encoding, means some techniques will be there for the encoding of data. We are not interested right here to explain about that encoding techniques. Okay, that will come in the later chapter. And it is responsible for data rate. Data rate in the sense, for every second or for given second how many data or how many bit streams are transmitted. Okay, data, that we call it as the data rate, or you can the transmission rate, the number of bits sent each second. That is what I have told, right? Number of bits sent in each second, that we treat it as a data rate. Okay, in other words, the physical layer defines the duration of the bit, and it means what is the time taken to transmit all bits from the sender to receiver, that is known as the data rate. Okay, synchronization of the bits, synchronization of the bits in the sense whether the sequence of the zeros and ones is properly followed or not, that is known as synchronization. And whatever the time they have sent the same gap between sender to the receiver, that should be there in the bits, that is known as synchronization of the bits. The sender and receiver not only must use the same bit rate but also must be synchronized at the bit level. In other words, sender and the receiver clocks must be synchronized, means time clock for each sender and the receiver must be in a synchronized manner. Okay, and one more responsibility of the physical layer is here line configuration, in the sense you have studied about the connection, type of the connection like point to point, multi-point, dedicated link, that's all. So in the physical layer it is responsible of which type of the connection it is connected to the sender to the receiver, whether it is a point to point configuration or whether it is a multi-point configuration. Okay, or dedicated links are used, that is understood, or that is the responsibility of the physical layer. Okay, and the physical topology means in which topology it is working on, like bus topology, mesh topology, star topology. Okay, transmission modes means simplex mode is there, duplex is there, full duplex is there, those are known as the transmission medium. From which medium it is using to send the data to the sender to the receiver, that is all. This is all about the working of physical layer. I hope you have understood the concept of physical layer. Okay, so this is an important term you have to remember. The physical layer is responsible for movements of individual bits from one hop or one node to the next node. Okay, so this is now data link layer. After or upper layer for the physical layer is data link layer. Okay, whatever the data coming from data link layer from the sender, it will be accepted by the physical layer and that is sent to the receiver side. In other words, data from the physical layer is sent to the data link layer at the receiver side. You can see here, this is from the network layer, it will accept and it will send to the physical layer. This is the responsibility of the data link layer. Here, if in this example, data link layer is the interfacing between physical layer and the network layer. Here also, data link layer is the interfacing between two layers, that is network layer and the physical layer. Okay, and the responsibility of the data link layer is, the data link layer is responsible for moving frames from one hop to the next hop. Here you can ask the question that what is the frames right here. So if I explain the frames, say for example, so if this is the case, in the physical layer what it is done, data is converted in the form of bit streams, that is zeros and ones, not two, always zeros and ones, ones and zeros, and that sequence has followed. Okay, this is the working of physical layer. But what it will do, it will convert that bit streams into frames. Say for example, if 15 bits are there, okay, if 15 bits are there in the data link layer, what it does is it will convert that 15 bits into frames. That is, I will write 0 1 0 1 0 1. Say these are 5 bits are there. Okay, and these are the 5 bits are there. We have to take these zeros only. Okay, first 5 bits I will take. These are the first 5 bits that will be taken. Okay, next 5 bits it has to taken. Okay, again what I will do is, next 5 bits I will take. Say for example, from here to here, not exactly I am copying but making clear. Okay, so these 5 bits are nothing but frames. So here how many frames are there then? There are 3 frames. This is frame 1, frame 2, frame 3. Okay, getting my point? The first this is known as frame 1, this is frame 2, and this one is frame 3. So what it does is data link layer converts those bit streams into frames, and that frames is transferred to the next layer. Next higher layer is what? Next higher layer is what for the data link layer? Data link layer has the higher layer as network layer. Here it is there, network layer. Okay, and to that network layer data sent in the form of frames. That is the working of the data link layer. Okay, some explanation if you want, it is here. The responsibility of the data link layer are framing, that whatever I have explained right now, that is called as a framing itself. Okay, the next one is physical addressing. Here physical addressing in the sense addressing must be needed. It means that if frames are to be distributed to different systems on the network, the data link layer adds a header to the frame to define the sender or receiver frame. In the sense, it is just like addressing. So this is a frame 1 is there, right? So what it will do is it will add some header to this particular frame. Say for example, okay, so what I will do is I will type H001. Say this is the address of the other side, and this is added to the frame 1. Like this S002, H003, like the headers are go on adding to the each frames, because which receiver has to receive the particular data. Okay, to make sure that this is the proper destination of the receiver, this data link layer adds the header to the each frames. That is the responsibility of this layer. Okay, flow control. Here if the rate at which the data are absorbed by the receiver is less than the rate at which the data is produced in sender, the data link layer imposes a flow control mechanism. It means that if for 1 second if 10 bits or 10 frames are moving, receivers also has to receive all 10 frames. If receiver receive only 3 frames at that particular second, that is not good. So that is known as flow control. Flow control is also one of the responsibility of data link layer. And error control. If error is there while sending in the sender to the receiver, that error is handled by the data link layer. It means if any loss is there or if any damage to the particular frames, the damage is recovered in the form of data link layer. Okay, access control. When 2 or more devices are connected to same link, so this is access control. Okay, there is a link, for that particular link 2 or more devices are connected. Okay, data link layer protocols are necessary to determine which device has control over the link at any given time. Say for example, here I will draw. See here, this is the link now. Okay, here one device is connected, here one device is connected for the same link. So what I will do, okay, again see now, here these are the 2 devices which are connected to the same link from here. Okay, now which device has to take control over this particular link, means for that particular time this device has to taken the access after completing all the data packets sending from data frame sending to the receiver, then this device has to take the control over the link. So this is decided by the data link layer. Okay, fine, these are the responsibility of the data link layer, and this is one example. Hope to hope delivery they have given, means node to node delivery using the data link layer. That's all. Here end system means A is a end system, that might be a sender. Here D is the another hope or another end system, that is the receiver you can consider. Here it will decide by adding intermediate system will be there, and these are the links are given here, from which link has to taken over. Say for example from system A to F it is sending, so this link has to be busy. Okay, from A to D is data is sending, this link has to be busy. Okay, that is the control over the link is the responsibility of the data link layer. Okay, here you can see A, B, E, these some box will be given, those are nothing but headers are added, destination address you can call. This is all about physical layer and data link layer. This is the working of data link layer. Okay, fine. Today there is no question for you to write, so in the next lesson you will having the questions. Okay, thank you.